So how you feel about the album, man?
Yo, man, this album is what I say about it, and I just started working with them right before they were about to put this album out. I heard the music. I think this album captures the feel of the golden era, or what I grew up in as the golden era, which is, like I say, 95, 94 to 99. I'm talking, you know, the De La's, the Talib,
the Black Moons,
you know, the Black Moons.
Yeah.
But although that sound, I think, is more in the vein of a De La, a Reflection Eternal, you know, the old Common before he abandoned the girl he used to love and shit. I mean, to me, this album recaptures that sound of that era of hip-hop more than any other project that I've heard in this decade of 2000, you know, the 00s or whatever. So I'm real excited to be working with them. Brooklyn Addy is an amazing album, future classic. Go cop that, man.
Damn, when does it drop?
May 12th, move to Brooklyn Addy on May 12th. We all got to make that move. It's like a massive hip-hop pilgrimage. We all gonna move to Brooklyn Addy on May 12th. So make that move, we'll see you there.
All right, man.
All right, so what I was saying before was, you know, I feel like Tanya Morgan is the only group that's really been able to recapture the 90s De La Soul, Reflection Eternal, Mos Def, Black Star sound that, you know, I grew up on. I know so many people grow up on, and that people in the hip-hop community at large are really missing right now. I think that's probably, if you ask most people that grew up listening to hip-hop in the 90s, that's, you know, probably the most missed thing right now is that feeling of those type of records, you know what I mean? I remember 1998, man, I think, I know Moment of Truth came out that year, The Roots, Things Fall Apart came out that year, the Firm album came out that year, and Firm was even more on a more commercial side of things at that point, and that, you know, I mean, that's still an album to go look back at. But there's a whole bunch of other albums that came out that year and around that time that were, you know, timeless classics that I think really represent a lot of people's, you know, my generation of like hip-hop's experience. And I think Tanya Morgan is really one of the only groups that's recapturing that sound. The other person I think deserves mention who also did it was Blue with the Blue in Exile album, Below the Heavens. You know, when I heard that album, I was like, what? This shit sound like, you know, 90, this shit sound like 99, like, what, like, you know what I mean? And this dude's from the West Coast? That's crazy. So I got mad love for Blue. And that's why I think when they did that song, Morgan Blue, it just, you know, connected so well because they're both coming from the same place. And, you know, Tanya Morgan's got the whole Brooklyn Addy concept being that they're from Brooklyn and Cincinnati. And, you know, that connection and the fact that there's somebody on the West Coast in California kind of doing the same thing organically, completely disconnected from one another. And you got kind of the East Coast, the center of the country, and L.A. You know, that's a beautiful thing. It shows that, you know, that hip-hop is on the rise, it's coming back. A lot of people say hip-hop is dead. I always said it was on the respirator. And I think that, you know, I mean, you know, we're starting to see signs of life. And, you know, it's coming back. And Brooklyn Addy, Tanya Morgan's album, 2009, May 12th, is definitely a step in the right direction. So move to Brooklyn Addy on May 12th. That's what's up.